Hi folks, Puffin here. Is this thing on? Okay, here we go. I've just been wondering, are we going to get a protest movement going in America to stop the militarism? We just had the end of the Afghan war, 20 years of war, $1.5 trillion they spent, that the Taliban took the country back over in 2 or 3 days. Should be the biggest example to people that war doesn't work, war is obsolete. I've been worried since hearing about, concerned about hearing them trying to make it sound like China is an enemy. China is not an enemy. But Russia, which seems like it is an enemy since Putin worked really hard using Facebook and Trump and Bolsonaro to spread the Trump virus genocide as far as they could. Bolsonaro is at least starting to face consequences for that, as Brazil's going to press charges against him. But I've been wondering, will we ever turn against Putin? Will we get Trump, for instance, to even turn against Putin and flip on him and admit what he did? But even concerned about that, about will Putin ever face consequences for his crimes spreading the Trump virus, I recently heard about Putin starting a AI robot nuclear submarine. So I think it means nuclear warheads on a nuclear powered submarine that doesn't have any people on it, just AI robot called Poseidon. And I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be able to have this. They didn't really bring it up in the context of America doing a nuclear submarine deal with Australia, which really upset France. They only brought up China in that context. But I did hear about this submarine, and I thought, well, how are people going to stop that? Are people going to protest in Russia to stop this submarine? Probably not. Unfortunately not. We haven't been protesting in America enough to get Trump arrested, or to get bad cops arrested, or to shut down the military yet, after its complete and abject failure showing it's completely obsolete and a big waste of money and lives and resources and everything. We haven't done that yet. But the Trump virus has hit Russia and is killing 1,000 people a day there, and they're having a lockdown. And having a lockdown is the appropriate thing to do. If we'd done that in America a year ago, when Trump was our president, we would have stopped the virus back then. Because we're the main country spreading it. We had the most deaths from it, over 720,000, which are Trump's fault because he did the opposite. Well, Putin's fault too, because Putin told him to do it, and Facebook's fault for having all the fake troll accounts and real people who are trolls, but spreading these fake information. They killed 720,000 of us, and there's going to be consequences for that. If Joe Biden or the government can apply those consequences, then the government might get to remain. But if the government wants to protect Trump, let him stick around for some reason, we might have to change the government. It's just that simple. Like, there's going to be big consequences for doing this to the earth, to humanity. The earth is going to respond. People are going to respond. Brazil's shown a good way of doing it. Their Senate has actually voted to arrest Bolsonaro. Will that happen in Russia? Will there be a protest of the nuclear submarine? Maybe not. But now that there's 1,000 people a day dying there, maybe there'll be protests of the lockdown. Maybe the protest of the lockdown, or the protest of the repression of the protest of the lockdown, will turn into a revolution in Russia, much the same as peaceful protests turned into a revolution in Syria. It would be much better to have a peaceful revolution, but you can have that. If you get enough people mobilized, you can overtake a country, even a country like Russia, without too many people getting hurt. Until you overtake it, more people are getting hurt, because Putin's responsible for this genocide. He's the one putting it out there, but now it's come home to roost. He was playing some type of 4D, 5D chess, but he forgot about the 4th or 5th D, or the 6th D, death, because it's over. And now is the time to say it's over for capitalism, it's over for fascism, it's over for Trump and Putin and Bolsonaro and Zuckerberg. Let's round them up, let's get them arrested and safely tucked away where they can't threaten us anymore. Thanks for watching and sharing, and have a great day. See you soon.